I go to a lot of live concerts, mostly classical music and related. And last night, for example, I was in Symphony Hall in Birmingham listening to a large orchestral piece. And I close my eyes occasionally to do a sound check. And it's very interesting to realize that what is so very difficult to reproduce at home is natural brilliance without getting a hi-fi scorching quality to the music. And this in the past has famously produced a horrible harshness, which is a lot of people associate with CD, and that's considered to be a problem with CD, digital sound. I bought my first CD player in 1984, a year after it was generally available to the public. I bought a Meridian Pro, and it wasn't bad, but it still was very difficult getting a decent sound to compare with the LPs that I was playing on my old LP12 deck. The thing is that over the years, my hi-fi purchasing has been a case of mitigating digital sound. I didn't think it was possible to get anything remotely enjoyable or realistic. But over the years, I realized that technology caught up with the actual disc itself, and we can now get a super sound. When I bought this cottage as a bit of fun about 11 years ago, it was a complete wreck, and part of my budget was put into the sound. The sound was as important as the central heating and the electrics and all the other plastering and all the other bits and pieces I had to produce. And I was able, with the help of Music Matters actually, who offered a very personal service, listening to things on approval, very good quality listening rooms. And this is something that I've always valued over the years, long time before I met you people at Music Matters. And to have the opportunity to hear it in home was a great privilege. And as you know, and I wasn't quite aware of this, the acoustic of the room is extremely important. To such an extent that the system that I've now got caused me to modify the whole of the room and reverse its configuration, which involved blocking in a door, involved reversing the furniture, selling off furniture, putting different pictures in places, putting insulating curtains over the radiator and all sorts of perhaps extreme things, you know, to make the sound non-resonant. A very strange acoustic thing happened when we tried out some B&W 804s. In the original part of the room, they produced an unpleasant ringing effect in the room. This is caused by a staircase, an enclosed staircase that comes into the corner of the room, and it creates a tunnelling effect, and we thought there's obviously something wrong with the system. Then a brainwave one drunken evening over some wine said, why don't we just turn the room on? And we did. And instantly, ping, we got the thing, you know.
What you've got now.
And I would describe the sound as naturally brilliant, with superb tuneful bass, very, very accurate bass. And it's a joy to listen every time, in a way that I've rarely experienced in reproducers in the past. An absolute delight. And as far as you can, it kids the brain into believing that you're listening to the real thing. And I do hear the real thing regularly, so I know that it's more or less a pretty good simulation, I would say.